Will South Africa's 2025 budget speech fulfill tourism potential despite contributing approximately 8.2% to the country's GDP in 2023? The tourism and hospitality industry faces significant barriers. Tourism presents a unique opportunity for large-scale employment across various skill levels. Now, however, without strategic investment, this potential will remain untapped. Let's now speak to Alan Campbell, who is the Sales and Marketing Director of Anew Hotels and Resorts, to discuss this further. Alan, good evening to you and thank you so much for your time. So before we even get into some of the challenges, let's just start with your expectations ahead of the budget speech tomorrow.
Certainly hoping for an increase in the budget allocated to the Department of Tourism. I think the year-on-year growth in their budget was about 1.6%. And if we really do believe that tourism is a viable source of social upliftment, job creation and foreign currency generation, then we really need to be doing more to invest in the sector.
And when you look at this particular sector, you speak about jobs, and just today we're getting the figures. Yes, we have seen a slight dip, but it's still high, and it still speaks of the difficulties that the country is facing as far as job creation is concerned. Let's speak about the importance of the sector, the tourism sector that is, particularly when it comes to just playing a role in ensuring that people do have jobs.
I think the hospitality sector in general is an amazing gateway for unskilled labor to enter the market and grow in different directions, whether they pursue a career in operations or food, marketing, revenues. The opportunities really are endless. And I think with such a unique product like South Africa is, the opportunity to grow our contribution to GDP and grow the number of people employed in the sector is huge.
And when you, for example, listen to the tourism minister, she speaks about the importance of the sector. You listen to the president, they speak about the importance of the sector. But is there enough engagement with organizations such as yourselves in order to ensure that, you know, this particular notion that, yes, it's important, but how do you maximize on it further, you know, is actually realized at a grassroots level? So are you speaking enough and having enough conversations to make sure that this is done?
I think the short answer is no. I think SA Tourism is doing an incredible job, but they can't do it all on their own. And while we're seeing other African countries outstrip our efforts on the global market, we need to be involving the private sector more to do our part and play our role.
And where's the disconnect, Alan?
Sure. It's hard to tell. I think there are a number of organizations and entities within the South African tourism landscape which are doing great work, but there's not enough collaboration between them. And I think government is yet to really empower entities like SA Tourism with the budget, the infrastructure and the political willpower to really take the job they're doing, which is great, and make it even better.
And I suppose also improving when you think about situations, for example, some of the challenges that South Africans are crying about, crime. That is also yet another area where you might just need to beef up as well in order to ensure that you do attract more visitors to the country.
Absolutely. We're competing in a global marketplace, and all the USPs associated with the country are crucial, from their crime to their ability to access the country and travel it. The infrastructure, and obviously the other important element which was brought up in SONA, and that is visa regulations and red tape surrounding visas.
And also when you think about the issue of infrastructure, for example, there is an investment now that, you know, government is looking to make in that. But when we have some different conversations with even engineers, they talk about the fact that, yes, you can have these commitments, but the critical aspect is going to be, are you choosing the right projects in order to be able to make sure that these are meaningful for whoever is in whichever sector?
You're 100% right. I mean, there are municipalities in our country which don't have the budget to resurface 1% of the roads in their municipality. If government is going to deploy 940 billion rand, which is amazing, you know, we do need more detail on where that's going and specifically how it's being earmarked for rural areas and secondary nodes, because some of our best cultural and natural attractions out there are becoming inaccessible.
And any concerns about transport?
Sure, just that we need to be doing a lot more to make our country accessible. You know, we have 14 domestic airports, 4 international. We have a lot going on and a lot of potential, but it really requires government to invest in these things to unlock, you know, what they mean for us as a sector.